Super Bowl Sunday is quickly approaching, and odds are many of you will be hosting or attending a party to celebrate. To make sure we're all the best guests and hosts we can be, Mr. Manners, Thomas Farley, is here to share his tips. Thomas, Mr. Manners, welcome back to BBL.
Thank you so much. All the big days almost here.
Yeah. It is. And Mr. Manners, I am so glad that we are talking to you because, you know, people are going to have parties and everybody's like, oh, it doesn't matter. People will talk about you if you don't act right at the party. So let's get right to it. What is the best way to be the best guest at any big game party?
Sure, Al, it's a great question. And, you know, I think people don't normally associate football with manners. But you're absolutely right. If you want to be that best guest, the guest who scores that etiquette touchdown, it's really going to start with making sure you arrive early or at least on time, especially if there's going to be a betting pool. You want to make sure that you're getting in before the game itself starts. And you're going to call ahead and ask what you can bring. So we know a big part of the Super Bowl party is the food. So you're going to bring something not just for yourself, but something that everyone can enjoy. And, of course, something for your host as well, a nice hostess gift as a thank you for including you in the celebration.
Oh, I like that. Those are some good tips. Here, I got a question for you. I'm going to paint you a picture, okay? I'm going to my neighbor's house. I get there a little early. Like you said, I brought a gift. I get my spot on the couch, right? It's game time. I'm quickly going to use the restroom right before kickoff. Somebody steals my spot. What's up with that?
This is such a good question.
Yeah, what's up? How do you claim your seat, Mr. Manners? And if someone else sits there, do you headlock them or kindly
Oh, my
ask?
God. Or is it not a claimed seat?
Yeah, is it worth a physical altercation?
Oh, my gosh.
I love this question, Jeff, and it's such a good one, especially at an event where the whole idea is you're sitting down for a good chunk of it watching a screen. So you want a seat that's comfortable. I recommend that hosts create little tickets that actually have a seat number or a seat description on them. So when you arrive, you get your ticket when you walk in, and that's your seat for the duration. However, if you've gone more than just to the restroom or to get a quick refill on your drink, and you've been gone for 15 or 20 minutes, I say at that point, fair game.
Fair game.
This is like a Seinfeld episode. Is that fair game? That's my seat.
I'm glad you brought in the timing thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a big
It's a thing.
If you're up there with wings and chatting, that's open
that's
game.
not cool. I'm taking your seat,
That's
buddy.
right.
Yeah, you could be chatting.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Okay. I am there mostly for the social aspect or to find some. Is it okay to talk during the commercials or the halftime show, or do you just stop it?
Right. So, Tori, this is tricky because you have a lot of folks who really live for the commercials and not so much for the game. So if you're really not into sports, you might actually be attuned to the screen with riveted eyes because you want to check out all the commercials.
Right.
So if you want to talk, you're best off not talking in the presence of the screen at all. And this goes for the halftime show, too. Somebody may say, you know, I'm not really an Usher fan. Others they can't wait for that halftime show. So if you're the host, set aside a different part of the home where people, if they want to chit-chat, if they want to nibble, they can do it away from the screen, because there is pretty much no aspect. Once that whistle is blown, once the national anthem has been sung, there's no piece of that whole game that someone is not interested in. If you're talking, you're distracting, and that's not a good thing.
No.
Great answer.
Foul play.
Yeah, you.
Party
Tori.
foul.
Okay, so Mr. Manners, if I'm hosting a party and I want to be the best hostess with the mostest, should I be responsible for accommodating every single dietary restriction that my guests have? What do you suggest?
Sam, this has gotten so tricky the last couple of years. You know, time was maybe you had to worry there might be a peanut allergy in the room. Now you've got people keto, macro, vegan, paleo,
gluten.
so many. I think it's unreasonable to expect a host to be able to accommodate each and every minutia of people's dining restrictions, their food restrictions. Nonetheless, if you have at least a salad and some vegetable sides, that should satisfy just about every single dietary restriction there is. It works for the vegans, it works for the vegetarians, it works for the omnivores too. If you are a guest and you yourself have dietary restrictions, maybe you only eat food that's sourced locally within 5-mile radius of your home, that's fine. All the power to you and kudos. Bring that food yourself, not just for you, but food that you can share with others. But don't impose that on your host. But any good host always inquires, yes, first and foremost, are there any dietary allergies? And are there any restrictions? And does their best within reason to accommodate them.
Always giving us the rubric.
Those are really good.
Very helpful.
We appreciate you, Mr. Manners. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your expertise with us. To our audience, for more etiquette tips and tricks from Thomas, check his website at mr-manners.com. Thanks again.